Good evening, clan, and welcome to another installment of Warriors First Impressions. In today's installment, we're going to be talking about one of the most highly anticipated games of this year. One game that I don't have much experience with the franchise beyond Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but we're going to talk my first impressions of Fallout 4. Let's do this now, shall we? Okay, so let me just reiterate and firstly do a little bit of housekeeping there. I do apologise for the lack of content for the better part of a week now. Unfortunately, I was rather sick. Rather feeling on Twitter, you already know this. I was okay Monday, Tuesday, but I was doing work then. But on Tuesday and basically up until now, up until about Thursday night, I was rather ill, unfortunately. So I do apologise for that. So I didn't want to make a video. I did try and make my first hour impressions of Fallout 4. Unfortunately, it just sounded horrible. I sounded really, really bad, and there was no way I was able to fix it. So I didn't upload the video, so hopefully you understand that. And I don't think I'll be doing any gameplay of Fallout 4 just because, as I said, I don't really have the time to actually sit down and record it, edit it, and do that. And also, I just don't feel like though my commentating for it would be too entertaining. Maybe if I can stream it at a later date, I will. But I just want to do a little bit of housekeeping there, that's all. But let's dive into this and talk my first impressions of Fallout 4 after about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay. That's right, one benefit of being sick is that I was able to put a good amount of time into the game. About 15 hours, but that's not over one character. I actually made two characters. I made my female character, who is Jack from Mass Effect, because Cottontail voices the female, and I really love her voice acting. And I've made a male character now, and the male voice actor is absolutely fine as well. So each character has about 10 or so hours into it. Maybe more or less. As I say, I don't look at how much time I put in because I'd be like, oh god, how much time did I put in? But I give my first impressions, and of course, my first impressions are rather positive. I actually am really enjoying the game a lot. The story is very okay so far. Now that's mostly talking about the main plot. As I say, the main plot of any Bethesda game, in all honesty, has never been the strongest point. As I say, Skyrim's plot was okay, Fallout 3's plot was rather interesting, and New Vegas' plot was just okay, if you ask me. I never even finished New Vegas' main plot. That should say something about it. But of course, that's not really the meat and potatoes of the game. The meat and potatoes of the game is, of course, the side quest, and there are a lot of side quests. I've actually been distracted quite a lot from the main quest, doing so many of the side quests, including one I did recently, which basically has involved your main character playing the part of a 50s/60s radio superhero, basically, and it's absolutely brilliant. I won't spoil it for anyone, but I would highly recommend, if you haven't already, definitely check out the Silver Shroud radio broadcasts. Definitely check that out. But the side quests are really fun. It should just say the testament of the game that I've been distracted quite a lot in this game. Anytime I'm going, okay, I'll go and do the main quest, I end up getting distracted. Oh, look, there's something over there. There's something over there. There is a lot in this game. That's no surprise with a Bethesda game. And of course, I am enjoying the characters as well. Run into some quite interesting characters. A few companions that I've actually really liked. Piper so far is my favourite. If you bump into her when you go to Diamond City, I really like the way her character is. I like it when you get to know her as well. I'm enjoying that aspect a lot. I really do like the companions in this one so far. I've only had 4 so far. The first one, the Minuteman, whose name I forget, I can't remember it is. I've had a super mutant, Dogmeat, and of course Piper, who is my main right now, I seem to say. I do know there's also McCready, who's voiced by Matthew Mercer, which I was very tempted to take him on, but I was like, I like Piper, and she's actually really useful. But yeah, I am really enjoying it so far. A couple of complaints I've heard, of course, is the new gameplay systems, are mostly talking about the perk system. I actually really like the perk system in this game. The way they've implemented and changed it from the previous game, Fallout 3 in New Vegas, is of course, instead of like you have numbers that you put into your stats, you've got your specials, and then you pick your perks for each level. I really like that feat because it kind of helps you roleplay the character a little bit. Like, you can play a character who's very high charisma, but maybe not that smart, so you have to work with the charisma perks, and then so on and so forth. You can up your special stats as well as you level up, but I find it more fun sticking with the ones I've got and then occasionally upgrading them as the roleplay goes on. Jack, for example, as I'm playing her, she's not very smart, but she's good with guns. She's a bit charismatic in some instances, not fully. She's an idiot savant, which I love that perk. And of course, she's very agile, good with guns, and also with other wee bits and bobs, very strong as well. I'm enjoying playing her like that, and it's kind of fun. I normally play a character who's very high charisma, and playing a character with relatively low charisma is really, really fun. I actually kind of enjoy that. I can't talk my way out of situations now anymore. I'm also liking playing the other hand with my male character who's very high charisma, and I'm actually really liking that. One other little bit of the gameplay that I'm actually also enjoying is the power armor. I love the feel of the power armor in this game. And in the previous Fallout game that I've played, the power armor just felt like a set of armor. It didn't feel like anything special. This game, Fallout 4, makes the power armor feel like a power up. You can't actually have the power armor on it indefinitely. It needs power cells. It needs fusion cells, and those things are very hard to find. So far I've only found a total of 10, I'd say, and that's after about over 10 hours. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, you could probably buy them, but they are relatively expensive, like 500 plus caps depending on where you buy them from. But if you don't have it, you have to. I use my power armor in the game as a power up that I need when I'm going on big missions. So far I have 3 or 4 power armors, 2 full complete sets and 2 half sets. You will find power armor every now and then. You get the one you start off in the game, and then I found one in the Boston area near the water, an army, basically an army boat that had beached itself. And then I found a set on a raider, and I found another set on a raider. It's really fun just finding the power armors, then trying to get them back because they're really heavy. You can't actually just put the power armors on anymore. They actually have to. You have to have basically a power armor frame so you can actually get into it. So you can't just plop it on and all that. But I really like that. I like the idea of how power armor works in this game. It's really, really fun. And also it kind of makes me go, right, is this a mission that I will need power armor for? And if it's yes, I go back, get my power armor, then I go to the mission, and I just walk in and clean house. But I love the power armor in this game. It makes me feel like a badass. But yeah, I love the way it's implemented. I really, really do. There is a couple of complaints though I do have, however. And it's mostly due to performance. Now, of course, you've heard of the performance issues on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I'm playing on PlayStation 4, as my copy states right here. I will say this much. I know it's a Bethesda game and there's going to be a ton of bugs. But so far, I've come across one major game-breaking bug, one partially game-breaking bug. The first major game-breaking bug I came across was when I was making my male character. As soon as I exited the pod, I won't say what it was in case of spoilers, my character wouldn't move. Like, he was just stuck in place. And I tried everything to move him. I actually had to go back and restart the entire thing, like create a new character to fix it. So, yeah, that's the first game-breaking bug I came across. The partial game-breaking bug is I got stuck in a wall. I was able to just get out of it without having to do a reload. But, yeah, there's been a few bugs here or there. There's graphical issues sometimes. The frame rate drops. Like, I'm not a big frame rate person, but I noticed the frame rate drops in this game, and it seems to happen when there's a large group of enemies on there. Mostly feral ghouls seems to be the major cause, or whenever I play for an extended period of time. If I play for anywhere like 3, 4, 5 hours, I'll notice a frame rate drop, and it does really take out of the game a little bit, just the way it acts and all that. There is, of course, a couple of bugs, a couple of performance issues. I've had the game crash on me at least 3 times already. I do understand that this... now, here's the thing with this. I'm not going to give Bethesda a free pass. I know a lot of people give them a free pass when it comes to buggy games. I'll give them a said that this is an open world game. I accept that any kind of game that is like this is going to have bugs. I don't expect the problem with the bugs, but I'm just having an issue, as I said, with the frame rate issue, and of course, a couple of issues with the textures not popping in correctly. It kind of takes me out of the game a little bit, so that is my only real major complaint for the game. Other than that, I am enjoying it. I am enjoying playing it. I like the amount of content in it so far. There is a lot to do in this game. It feels smaller than Fallout 3, I'm going to be honest. Just the overall map feels a little bit smaller than that, but that might be due to the upgrade to the engine. But I'm really liking it so far. I am enjoying it. The story so far, the main plot, is interesting. It has got me interested to see where it goes. Especially when you run into the character of Nick Valentine. I absolutely love him. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm liking the characters I'm bumping into. I'm bumping into various types of characters that make me laugh, are entertaining, and have their own reasons. And I gotta also give major props to the voice acting in this game. The voice acting is definitely better than it was in Fallout 3 and New Vegas. Of course, the main character being the two standouts, Courtney Taylor and the other male voice actor whose name I cannot remember. I do apologise for that. But there are also a lot of voice actors in this. I haven't bumped into too many reused voice actors, actually, which is normally a common in Bethesda games. I have noticed it in between every now and then, but mostly as is there's enough variation that I can see it being a different person. It's very good, very well done. I'll give them props on all the voice actors that's done, and they have done an excellent job on that so far. Other than that, there's not much else I can say on that beyond that I am enjoying it. It will probably be a wee while before I do my review on it, because I like to take my time with these games, and I like to do as much as I possibly can, but I will get a review out eventually. Don't hold your breath on when it's going to happen, but maybe in the future we'll see what happens. Other than that, I think that's pretty much everything I've got to say on this. I'm enjoying it. There are some gameplay problems, graphical problems, other wee problems here or there, but nothing that will stop me playing it. I think that's everything. Other than that, I think that's where I'll wrap up this video. Of course, in the comment section down below, please let me know, how are you enjoying Fallout 4 if you've played it? What's your initial impressions on it? And of course, I think that's where I'll wrap things up. Other than that, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I'm ScotchWarrior92. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to click that subscribe button. Other than that, I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now. Mwah.